Hi everyone, it's SK95. Welcome back to more Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. Last time, we managed to help a man-ass cat. Along the fact now Ayesha's mission of exploring Mira has begun. And this time though, we're gonna be doing a different Infinity mission because I wanted to do the different Infinity mission because unfortunately, the Brothers mission takes us to an area we've never been to before, and I'd rather not do that unless the story chapter requires it. So let's go to the Infinity mission of Close Comrades.
Colonel, you haven't seen Lao around, have you?
Not recently, no.
Did you two have plans?
Not plans, so much as a mission we were supposed to handle together.
And he stood you up? Ah, that's so tacky.
Can't really argue with that. Still, I'm sure he had his reasons, so try not to be too harsh on him, alright?
Wait, what? Why are you defending the guy who stood you up?
Another fair point.
You are such a weirdo. What's the deal? Why are you so protective of Lao anyway?
We go way back. We were in the same unit before serving under the Colonel.
Wow, that long?
Yep. I was a scout. He was a sniper. We fought all over the world before the coalition government formed.
Man, I bet there are some stories there.
Yeah. Not sure I want anyone hearing them.
Hey Elma, what do you think? Maybe we can help Doug out since Lao was a no-show?
I certainly don't mind. Is it something we could manage?
Oh, well, sure. It's nothing that requires a Pathfinder specifically. If you all want to help, I'd gladly take it.
Okay then, Tatsu on the case. Doug can rest easy.
Close Comrades, you took on a Pathfinder task of Doug in place of Lao. Head to Noctilum and investigate.
That's reassuring.
We're heading to Noctilum?
Right. 3 days ago, we started picking up scattered responses in the area. These are the spots. Problem is, we can't run our usual analysis through Frontier Nav.
So you want us to go check them out in person?
Exactly. If you can take these 3, my team will handle the others.
Sounds like a piece of cake.
We'll get in touch once we've gathered the data.
That'll be perfect, thanks. HQ is offering a reward, of course. But either way, drinks are on me once you're done.
You better know a good place.
Are you kidding? Of course I do. Just leave it to me.
We'll be looking forward to it.
So ironically enough, if you answer the other way, Alma actually pings Infinity for that one. Before we head off to Noctilum, I want to get some new equipment because the equipment we have are outdated at best because I really think we need better equipment. If you want to compare it, we can actually just do this, and as you see, it's far stronger. I'd rather do that outright. So let's go and get this item and purchase an equipment. Very good. Assault rifle. Let's get a better assault rifle because the one I have is, like, okay. It's ranged attack up, but really, I cannot do it. It's just bad. Although, yeah, I think I can get away with keeping it for now. Let's go and switch to now the next weapons for Elma. Unfortunately, a lot of weapons for them are outdated because, unfortunately, as you see before me, I cannot do anything about much. Let's do this, get this equipped. Now let's get the guns. She needs bigger guns. The only unfortunate downside is the fact that she's not gonna get much TP in the way of moves. Yeah, it kinda sucks. So now let's go to Lynn. Irina, of course, and then let's actually get her better equipment because I know her equipment's super outdated. Irina, no. Okay, let's go to knife. Get knife. Why are knives all the way down at 9? Technically speaking, if I want to, I can give her electric, but at the same time, I don't think she benefits the most from it. We better get pinchoids because pinchoids are actually more annoying. Now, last but not least is Lynn, where shields are needed because her shields are outdated. It's ironically enough, this is still better than the old one. I love how I have to grab new equipment for everyone except for myself to a certain degree, and now I need to get body wear just in case. Let's just check to see if we have the body wear that's better than what we had before. We're not at enough level to where we can get level 25 gear. Yeah, it skips 20 to go to 25. Kind of sucky when you think about it. So, unfortunately, you have to get equipment from drops. At the best, you can probably get a level 15 equipment, and it'll be better than what you have. That's pretty much the main thing you'll get out of it, but that's not exactly much when in comparison. So, yeah, unfortunately, that's usually what happens to me every single time. At least I can get a better potential up and a better gear in this one because it's still better. And then afterwards, I think I need to get Elma better equipment as well anyway because her equipments are somewhat outdated. Let's see. This is still better than her old equipment, but she loses the potential 3 gem. Whatever. Let's do that instead, and then finally switch up to this. No, that's... Actually, I still have experience boost. I'd rather have experience boost. Yeah, equipment getting is more of a complex pain in the neck. That's better than her old gear anyway, so it's whatever. Irina's gear, no matter what, has always been outdated, no matter what, because she has no headgear equipped. Because she's still wearing her same gear as she usually wears, so unfortunately for me, I need to upgrade everyone's gear. This is going to take a little bit of time and finessing. This is the one thing I don't like about Xenoblade X is because, at rate speaking, you have to get better gear. If they have the ability to have better gear, then great. If they don't, then you're screwed. You need to make sure to upgrade your amount of, well, places in the game and rather upgrade the AMs. If you don't upgrade the AMs, they won't have better gear. It depends on what you want for resistance. Personally speaking, resistance doesn't matter really for Lynn because... not the resistance, excuse me. She naturally has high defense, so it doesn't really matter all that much, but... Whatever the case may be, I usually don't care about it. This one does give her melee attack up, which I do recommend giving her, so big spender, whatever. We're done with that for now, at least. Okay, I didn't want to waste my time with that for too long. I just wanted to get out of that way. Now... I tried to record this earlier, unfortunately, and it went on way too long. What we're going to be doing is trying to get more of Noctilum explored, as well as doing this mission. The main thing is you want to make sure you get this skip travel point all the way over here near Elephant's Trunk. Ironically enough, there's also more AMs, or rather, more pipes you can grab around the area. I recommend coming here at nighttime so Moraphiles don't exist. At the same time, there is actually items below you if you know where you're going. Now, you gotta make sure where you jump down is the correct pathway, otherwise you're walking all the way back up again. I recommend getting this one out of the way first because it's literally on your path and it's not exactly hard to get to. Let's go down here. Let's go on this. Okay. Good, I landed on the correct pathway. These guys are obnoxious. Very obnoxious. They're very powerful as well. However, they can be doably killed if you're by themselves.
Anybody that holds back has to answer to me.
Yeah, Irina, I won't hold back.
Change things up. Use a buff.
A little buff now.
No pet for you.
Shadow strike.
Good thing that was a proc. All right. Ultra Slash. Assault Tamer. And then followed up with a grenade. Boom. And there we go. Yeah, these Sun's characters have a lot of HP, and they usually do peck attacks, but not exactly as much as bad compared to other characters in the game. Or other enemies, they usually do poison. That's her main draw when it comes to their fighting style, and Hypercharge is a typical art that every single one of those enemies use. No matter what they do, it's always that move. Always that move. At least we broke the face now, which means it's lost that art. Boom, boom, and there we go. And then finished it off with a Incinerary Edge. Good, a level up and a class up. Very good. And we actually got ourselves a new sleeve. Sadly, though, it's outside of our level range, of course, because we're still back behind levels. New arts. I think Elma got something new. Well, rather, not Elma, Irina. Irina got Rain Jack a while ago. It basically takes control of an enemy and basically takes them into an ally. It's temporary. It only lasts 20 seconds. What you want to do is wait on using this art. Trust me on this one. You want to wait on this. So, instead, we're going to upgrade certain other arts that Irina needs the most because, unfortunately, Irina is very behind and she has a lot of battle points saved up. Get full specs to increase her defenses for Aura, and then we'll do Screamer, decrease the cooldown and sleep, and then the spell will be, ironically enough, very good. So, there we go, and that's it for that. There's a skill that Elma got, which is more of a useful skill. I remembered correctly, we don't need mortal enemy anymore. Crisis Catalyst basically means that her crit chance will go up if her HP is lower, and it doubles when you have HP by 25% or lower. It increases based on how much you have. Can be useful in theory, but I recommend later getting a better one. Ironically enough, I think I'm going to get rid of mortal enemy immediately because we're not going to be fighting any humanoid enemies for a while, and it's not going to be exactly necessary. Let's do this first, and then let's do the high background noise, and then Master Edge as well because we want crit chance up. There we go. Very good. That was an easy fight. Now, as you know, I'm trying to find an item and a treasure in question. There is one over here. However, it's level 29, and it's Orochi's belly. Jeez, can't talk. Has a tyrant in there. Yeah, that's the problem. Conceivably, I can take it on now because I am technically have overdrive, but at the same time, rank up, gun force, very good. Everyone else ranked up as well, and Lynn leveled up. Ooh, one Valor shirt. Level 32. I can't equip that for a while. Yeah, a lot of the items can't be equipped for a while. Pretty much when you get overdrive, you can basically get past everything down. I finally have a new duelist sword, which is thermal damage increase of converting edge. It's actually very useful that you have this, because now an incendiary edge will do more damage. I think I'm going to get rid of Yamato's spear, because in theory it works, but in practice, it's not exactly a good art. Rather a good skill. We also got some new art. I think someone got new art. Let's see. Irina got medic free, which we all know and love. It basically revives you of HP if you die automatically. And I believe other people got skills. Let's see who else got a new skill. Irina got the ability to, if she's using Feather Touch, means have a chance of not even waking up an enemy who's sleeping. Yeah, enemies that sleep basically mean that they won't attack you, and if they are, unfortunately, if they get hit by an art, no matter what, they wake up automatically. Drake the Waypost is in our way from an item, and we can't do anything about it. So, we're gonna fight this thing. Tried to fight an enemy, did not work. I wanted to get an item because that item is actually required for us because, unfortunately, it was also part of the segment. You cannot get Patrol Chopper Wreckage unless you go below. Sucks, doesn't it? Okay. So I might as well explain the northern area of Noctilum because it's necessary. A lot of enemies will hide under leaves in your competitor Nightwood, and it's typical about them. So, yeah, it sucks. A lot of these Scorpios exist. Try to keep an eye out. By the way, that guy is faking it. It's definitely an enemy. If you're a two-way away from it, it will attack you. If you're close to it, though, yeah, for whatever reason, it doesn't attack you. Strange, isn't it? So, yeah, that's something that's usual that doesn't usually happen. Yeah, pretty much weird. We got a ranged attack up, which is actually a pretty good item, but at the same time, I really want to get more pro placement sites. I gotta need to. So let's ignore the level 51 Simius that's going to kill us if we get too close. Try to go the way it came because, ironically enough, that's actually where another placement site is located. I recommend doing this so you can get it out of the way. Because every placement site helps a lot of the map, and you need 20% before you get to the next story chapter. Come off it, Force Escudia. You're annoying. Your face is ugly. No one loves you. I swear to God. Okay, fine. Fine. You want to be annoying. I forgot that I have to cater to your whims every single time. Get out. Oh, crap. This is why I didn't want to do this. This is why I didn't want to do this. Okay, you know what? Nope. I'm not dealing with this. This is something I hate about this place. At least I'm now out of it. So, there is sleeping Simius over there. However, I almost said Gogol, but these Simius actually are good because one's asleep and they won't attack you. FN Site 225 is also near here. You gotta be careful. I'm gonna be quiet for this. Got it. There we go, another segment unlocked. You want to get this for a link, so let's leave. So, as you know fully well, those enemies are out of your side level, but you can still slip past them if you can be careful. That's pretty much the main thing I wanted to show off, because you can slip by a lot of places if you manage to be careful. And you basically need to be careful around this area, because this map has a nasty habit of having enemies hiding in plain sight. Yeah, it's one of the things I hate about Noctilum. Noctilum has my worst thing, because enemies do this a lot in Xenoblade Chronicles X, and I don't understand why they had to do this. I understand why, that there's certain reasons, but I don't like the reasons why it's doing this, and it's not my favorite thing in the world. Honestly, I prefer if you can actually see the enemy outright and nothing else. There's actual Mamooks around the area, and you can actually fight them if you want to. I could actually do this. These are actually easy enemies to take down.
Follow me.
There we go. Mamooks. Marnix. Yeah, keep getting moving. Alright, whatever. Let's take care of these guys quickly. These are easy enemies. I'm just gonna cut this out. There we go. Subdue her, and now it's dead. Okay. Wanted to kill him because he's annoying. There's a new scenic viewpoint, which is this Gebikon Vizda. Really pretty to look at. Now, do not jump down there. You will kill yourselves. Yep. So, that's a basic problem. There is actually a location you go to anyway for the actual affinity mission. I keep forgetting. I recommend a few areas in this place. One of them is a necessary area they recommend going to. One is that big tree in the middle. I recommend going there first before anything else. This way you have a skip travel point that's safe, and you never have to worry about any area in the game. This place, Decabron, I don't remember how to pronounce it, is, well, an area that's big. Very big. However, go into the tree, and now you have an area to landmark to skip travel back to any point you wish. This is helpful because you can get the pro placement sites around the area. Now, there is those plants that we were talking about. And actually, this is actually recommended for the actual affinity mission. So, yeah, by the way, that guy is totally faking it. If you want to tell if it's an enemy and not an enemy, just check any unusual plant and you'll know. See, it vanished.
Seems the response was coming from this plant.
The data collection's finished. I'll upload it to Frontier Nav.
All right, let's head to the next spot.
Right.
All right, so now we're done with that. We have a pro placement site nearby, but we got to grab both of them. One is in an area that's very awkward, and the other one is in a more safe location. Yeah, the game has a habit of this. So, ironically enough, there's a lot of enemies that fight here, and you could actually conceivably fight them and gain free experience. Nothing's stopping you from it. I'm going to recommend doing this because I really need the experience, because unfortunately, the next story mission is going to be very hard. Believe me, it's one of the harder ones. Get Tornado Blade repeatedly, and then we can finish this up with Overdrive, because that way we can boost our experience. And Overdrive. There we go. And then dodge. And then do this again. And then we'll do it again. There we go. And now we can finally do this. Yeah, as you see, very useful.
Close range combat.
No time for downtime.
There we go. You also improve your chances of them dropping items. Ironically enough, one of the items that dropped is something for Lynn for later, but it's actually better than what she has. So, let's go and try to find that one pro placement site before we go up north. We need to just do that anyway, so let's just do it out of the way. It's very simple to find it. It's not exactly hard to find, but I will warn you all right now, those same blasted enemies exist for a reason. Yeah, there's a problem already. Level 41 bug enemy, and those flowers I never trust. Those flowers, no matter what, usually are Morphiles that are hiding, and that's more often than not the same thing that always happens. Yeah, it happens to me a lot. Okay, there we go. We finally got out of the water. Sheesh. One of these guys, these Tiskas, are actually non-threatening, so I can actually just kill it and get in my way. I really don't like killing things. I usually try to approach with the sword if I can, but I usually sometimes happen where I need no choice and actually attack them. It's something I have to do. Usually it happens a lot. Ooh, no. Okay, just break and die already. Level up for Irina. Very good. Eesh, that was annoying. So, There are those two wheels as well. However, the pro placement site, ironically enough, is across from us in one level. So just make sure you're careful with those guys, because these tubas will actually kill you if you're too close. I recommend going the long way around, going along this way, and then going all the way around. But before we already do that, we actually have something over here. Another unusual plant. Very strange, isn't it?
Okay, we're done analyzing this one too. I'll put it up on Frontier Nav.
Just one to go.
Let's knock it out.
Sorry about that weird interruption briefly. I unfortunately am not exactly comfortable with this. Oh, crap. He's too close. You didn't notice me at least. That's at least a plus, but I didn't like that much. As you said before, I recommend going the long way around in order to basically avoid them. There may be more enemies, and that giant enemy is a threat, but at the same time, I'm not too concerned by it. We will be coming back to Noctilum more often than not, but I want to get more of this area unlocked because there actually is a lot of affinity missions you want to do here. And there's also, well, an actual normal mission here that requires you to do it anyway. By going this pathway, you can actually reach the placement site. However, as you can see, fake. It's a very fake, and there's an enemy there. I recommend doing this instead. Going up above and hanging on to the side is safer than anything else. It's one of the better ideas. And the enemies around there are non-aggressive. You can actually go around and... Whoa! Okay. You can actually go around and, well, walk over to there. It's nothing too hard. And later on in the game, this is actually a good place to get some experience. But for now, though, we can't exactly do much about it. This pro placement site is actually very important because, as you see, we got knocked out a lot of Noctilum, and we even managed to get another link going for more Frontier Nav. I recommend waiting a little bit. I recommend outright, if you really want to, get the storage probes. However, there's a problem. If you get rid of storage probes when we have more probes, unfortunately, the big worry is me being out of money, and it sucks horrendously. So, ironically enough, you can put a storage probe there, and you'll get more storage there. Ironically enough, this is actually the best idea I got for it. Let's get rid of that, and then move it over. If you basically have less Muranium, it's going to decrease the amounts. Thankfully, though, it's not too long. As long as you go above the 30-minute timer, you basically are fine to go away with it and get away with it, no problem. However, it's not usually an easy thing to do. I usually put all my storage probes around a Noctilum and then move on for later. This usually is a good method because Noctilum doesn't have many areas that are exactly good, and none of the items that they drop usually are necessary for any story missions. It's, ironically enough, one of the easiest things in the world to do. So let's throw another storage probe over here, and then let's throw another storage probe over on the other one because it's going to boost in level and chain. And then, of course, as we saw, duplicator probes basically copy all effects. You can actually use duplicator probes to basically boost effects of everything around it. It's not a bad idea, and usually if an area is terrible, like this one, for example, you can get away with it and put a duplicator probe right here. With that done, I can finally get another probe placement site around the area. Ironically enough, I'm going to put revenue around the area because it's needed for me right now because, unfortunately, I only got 2 of them and I don't really need them over here. So let's get rid of the revenue probes that we have over there, get rid of them entirely because we don't need them there at all. So let's probe this over here and put the research probes ones. Ironically enough, as much as I want to do revenue, unfortunately, I can't exactly do revenue. So instead, we're going to put the mining trope G2s around the area because, ironically enough, this is actually simple. And since it's a case, I can just get away with doing this nonsense no matter what. Because we're going to get a lot of Muranium if we boost this amount as much as possible. Because, believe me, this is actually a very good spot to get more Muranium. Now that's done, we have another one, and there's a right next to there. And ironically enough, that means you get even more. 9,200 per level. That's actually pretty good. It's each third of what we need. With that done, I at least am finally done with that. And can we finally now just, try to get out of here. Just be careful. As you see, that enemy is totally fake. It's a level 47 enemy. Just avoid it as much as possible. And the game is still procking about me. Oh, I'm basically putting probes down. Okay. Please get away from me. Okay, game, thank you. I know it's hard, I know this is a complex thing, but certain things in the game make no sense sometimes. Level 85 Tyrant, just avoid it. You're not gonna fight it for a long time. Ironically enough, in Xenoblade Chronicles X on the Wii U, people could fight those things and there's anything in the game, and believe me, it's still much of a very one-sided like beatdown against you unless you're stocked up on equipment and items. Later in the game, I'll show off the fact that you can actually build yourself to the point where you can basically one-shot most things in the game. And yes, this is actually pretty good. However, right now, though, we can't one-shot things yet. We're have to wait on this. All right, very good. And let's do this again. And then do this. Boom. And boom. And then finally go up another incendiary edge. There you go. Very good. There's a tyrant nearby I wanted to go for because this stepstone would be annoying. Terba would be annoying for me, and I'd rather not deal with it, so let's burn the ear. You couldn't hear me anymore. Let's go after this next one. Ironically, that's very easy to go after. Stagger with a melee attack? Oh my, why couldn't you? Smack! Ah, I missed. Burning slash. Offensive stance. Boom. Keep it up, and then do tornado blade repeatedly. Very good. Let's do this. Flame grenade. Boom. Very good on that time. The ear's about to break at least. That's actually pretty good. Not exactly a hard thing nonetheless. And ooh, another chance at doing a topple, right? Boom. And boom. And incendiary edge. Bunny ear broken. Hail's about to break. Alright, there we go. And boom. Yeah, the spin attack will actually mean it's gonna avoid certain attacks. It's not exactly easy to get rid of, and honestly, it's one of my least favorite arts to deal with. At least the tail's broken at least. Next is the ear. This Shroma is still... Shinwana is not exactly that much of a threat. It's basically another tyrant. Easy to take down. Although most of the fighting in this game usually has some cases of it being good or not. That move was very powerful, but not exactly the main thing they wanted to do. Ear's about to break at least. Please break. Thank you. There we go. Now it's on the floor. Can't do anything for a while. And now we're going to do this again. And do this. Tornado Blade will finish it off. Very good. Rank up Absorber Skin and Healing Touch for Irina. Pretty good. This actually gives us another Hollow figure, which is something that you want to grab anyway for 100% completion. Did not want to do that. So, yeah, there's another plant over here. And there's another propulsion site up north. Yeah, that's pretty much the main thing I'm going to be doing this episode. Before I tried to record this, it went over for an hour because I got lost and I got getting killed by random nonsense. It happens a lot in this game, and believe me, it sucks. We got some new enemies around the area as well. There are more of those enemies that basically hide in areas. Terrible Gremvors are obnoxiously terrible. They tend to hide very obvious locations. It's not easy to figure out which ones are real, which ones are fake. Because of that, I would say outright it's not easy. There's a propulsion site nearby, though. Sadly, though, if you want to know where the propulsion site is, guess what? It's up there. And you have to walk all the way around to get to it. Yeah, not fun. It does this. This game does this a lot, where they have a lot of areas out of place. You can't get to it for a while, and it sucks. Believe me, it does suck. So let's get this unusual plant first.
Right. Upload to Frontier Nav confirmed. That's the last of them.
Good work. I'll let Doug know.
That you, Elma? Sorry, I'm audio only. We're kind of in the middle of something here.
Are you in combat? We'll be right there.
Nah, nothing you need to worry about. We got it under control.
Doug?
All right, listen. If you really want to help, you can pick up my last data collection point. How's that sound?
Fair enough, but you better be careful.
Thanks, Lynn. I'll throw in some chocolate for the trouble.
Hey, I want a drink too.
What?
There's a cafe that makes really good cocoa. Very expensive.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I can make that happen. All right. See you when we're done.
Elma, you think he'll be okay?
I'm sure he'll be fine. Doug is a man of his word. Guys like him always fight harder when they've got a promise to keep.
Sounds like the opposite of Lau, huh? That guy never keeps a promise.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, let's go hold up our end of the bargain. Time to earn that cocoa.
Yep.
All right. So now we actually have that done. Next location for the last one is actually a little bit north of us. It's not exactly hard to find. However, I recommend getting this one as well as a pro plasma site nearby it. If you go near these plants, by the way, there are a lot of those enemies that tend to hide and disguise themselves, as you know fully well. There's also the level 44 running around. He's not exactly aggressive, so don't worry about it too much. You're not exactly going to be too concerned. Quinglong Glade is this entire area. Yeah, it's one of these areas. There is actually a treasure around the map. I recommend going after it because it's easy and convenient for you. However, there is a cost involved. It's called those enemies. However, if you slip past them like that, you pretty much avoid them. Yeah, there are some areas that you can actually avoid their sensor, and it's actually pretty funny when they are basically avoided. But at the same time, it's not exactly easy to avoid them. But at the same time, we're actually nearby the actual area we need to be. However, I want to get that placement site first, and then we'll head over there. The placement site, ironically enough, is not out of the way. Ironically enough, it's actually on our level. However, I'm going to warn you right now, those enemies nearby later on are going to be level 30s to 40s, and then even there's level 50s around the area. Just keep an eye out where you're going, because if you don't keep an eye out where everything is, you're in trouble. Yeah, he's not much of a threat either. He's not going to attack you, at least. I don't know why it's a roamer and doesn't attack you, yet the one in the Blasted Oblivion is a tyrant, and it will attack you no matter what. Funny how things work. So, 212, let's go and get this one out of the way. It's very simple, and basic even. Just like the probe we're going to be playing in non-macly. There we go. More Frontier Nav. And it's another link. Very good. 11% already done. We have more to go, though. So, energy clip as well for 10%. This is actually what I wanted because energy clips are very worth the time to get. And we get storage probes anyway for getting more percentage as well, so this is actually a better thing than less. But, yeah, there's multiple of the same enemy. Not exactly the best thing in the world, but it gets the job done. Now, the next fight coming up is one fight I recommend if you do not pick Longsword up. Please actually have it so you have Tornado Blade at least, because there's a lot of enemies going in this fight, and it will be a long fight. So, keep in mind. Also, after the fight, if you get a party member and they leave the party automatically temporarily, you'll basically have 3 party members and switch the party back around. That's basically one thing I want to talk about. Anyway, last plant.
Hey, Elma. Were there always this many indigents kicking around here?
No, definitely not. I wonder if the plant is drawing them somehow.
I'll start the analysis. And that's that. We're good.
We may have finished the data collection. But it looks like the mission isn't over just yet.
You don't suppose Doug's team...
Yeah, they may be dealing with the same problem.
Bring on nasty critters. Friends will teach them all a lesson.
You can help out any time, you know.
Sadly, Lin, Tatsu is a pacifist. He'll never attack anything unless it's convenient for him. Oh wait, he doesn't even do that either. Yep, pretty much the main thing. So, yeah, a lot of these enemies are pretty easy to take down. They're not actually that hard. Ironically enough, I recommend doing offensive stance and charging a lot of PP. This is actually the best thing you can do about them because, ironically enough, they actually go down very quickly. Not much of a threat. And you can use a lot of the quick cooldown just to do this. You get your quick cooldown back no matter what after the fight. So, yeah, let's just take care of this quickly and actually, you know, get this done. They're actually easy.
Sorry to keep you guys.
Doug!
I'd have come sooner if I could. Guess this means I owe you both cocoa and chocolates, huh?
You know it.
Now we have Doug back. Let's go and put Doug in the party.
Here they come.
Now then, before we start the fight, I recommend offensive stance first, and then Tornado Blade, so you can exit your TP back off. And now you can start spinning rapidly. These fights go down very quickly, and you're gonna get a huge charge bonus if you manage to do a green art like this. Like this! As you see, rank ups experience around, and man is this good for experience. The Aero Sunicula, ironically, that's very easy to take down. Very good indeed. And now let's do this, Incendiary Edge. As you see, our damage output is already 4 times the value. It's really good to get more value out of this. Offensive stance to get our timer back up. Tornado Blade, and then do Tornado Blade one more time for good measure. And then do a green arc, and then finish, dodge it again, and then do it. Okay. There we go. Let's do offensive stance to get our charge back up and timer back up. Tornado Blade, very good. It's already dead. Yeah, Overdrive pretty much one-shots things when you reach max.
These plants certainly seem to have some unique properties.
No kidding. Anyway, let's meet up in the city after I submit my report. We can split the reward, and I'll finally get you those drinks.
Copy that. Be careful.
Will do. Meet you at the cafe. I'll call Lau, too, so he can pony up as well.
It's a date.
He better give me some good drinks. Yeah, we're gonna head back. So, they're located not in anywhere you think, but instead they're located by Barista Court. Compared to most missions though, Close Comrades is a mission that I recommend doing just to get more an area of Noctilum unlocked.
Wow.
Hey, Lynn, listen. I hear you covered for me on a job.
I did. And it was a ton of work, too.
My bad. Look, how about I treat you to some tea to make up for it? I know a shop that sells the good stuff. Grown right here on Mira.
Wow, how exotic. Okay, you're forgiven.
Wait, what? That's all it took?
Hey, maybe next time you won't try to bribe me with chocolates like some little kid.
Who doesn't like chocolates?
I made my own reward.
Yeah, okay. I'm guessing you'll want more than a spot of tea, huh? Man, this is gonna get expensive.
Any word on the results of that plant analysis, Doug?
Nope, nothing yet.
Well, I hope it's nothing serious.
You're telling me.
Not to worry. Whatever happens, Tatsu is here. And Tatsu more than happy to help friends and other pathetic sad beings who need it.
Gee, thanks, Tatsu. Thanks a lot. The investigation is now complete, and the responses aren't quite ready yet, but Lynn's mood was improved after she was out for some tea. You learned the Photon Saber Starlight Duster, one of Doug's more unique talents, and getting the Affinity mission done was actually a survey rate we needed. So, we actually got more Affinity missions as well done here as well. However, I think we are going to be checking to see what we're going to be doing next in the next episode, because believe me, I need to make sure where we're going to is actually, you know, something I can do. But at the same time, I think we are going to be stopping here for now. So, next time on Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, we're going to be doing a unique mission that might be involving a new character who may not exactly seem the nicest. See you all next time.